Smoke and mirrors, the illusion called the city. Sweat and tears, the sizzling neon gypsy. Fantasy, hot and hungry tease, a stigma in every direction. Kept light and forced to fight, a stop the night like a barracuda. Fantasy, hot and hungry tease, a stigma in every direction. Kept him light and forced to fight, a stop the night like a barracuda. So fresh and clean, incandescent dream, lipstick, brandy, and ice sheen. What does it mean? Rainbow gasoline. Sometimes I really like it. Kept him light and forced to fight, and secretly faithful to pleasure. Hungry nights in neon nights, I taste your rainbow of day-glow flavors. So fresh and clean, incandescent dream, lipstick, brandy, and ice sheen. What does it mean? Rainbow gasoline, a stigma in every direction. In every direction. Rainbow gasoline, a stigma in every direction.
Welcome to the show. I am Kachi Ovia, your host for the next hour of entertainment headlines. Yes, we're all about showbiz over here. Arise 360 starts now. Now, it's certainly going to be an amazing show because coming up today on Arise 360, first of all, we are going to be looking at every single corner of entertainment on our daily trip around the world. Right after that, you know what comes next? It's the music news. Yes, we're going to be telling you what's going on with your favorite pop stars. And of course, right after the music news comes what's trending on social media. And of course, I will be telling you every single thing that's going on in film and television. All of this and more right here on Arise 360. Rise 360's 360-degree tour around the globe as we look at what has happened in a day around the world. Now let's kick off this very fun trip in America. Michelle Obama's new book became all formats. Now this happened during the first 7 days since it hit shelves. Now the former First Lady's memoir about her Chicago roots and her time in the White House is also popular overseas. Believe it or not, it is a bestseller in Europe and in Scandinavia, and also the #1 adult non-fiction title in the UK. Barnes & Noble also announced that Becoming gave the bookseller the biggest first-week sales of a book this year. Now that is me. This is a title that previously belonged to Bob Woodward's Trump administration dissection called Fear that came out in September. Now it has been nearly 2 years since the Obamas left the White House, but there is still intense interest in the former president and First Lady. And of course, still on the fact that we're excited about this particular situation, let's talk about what's going on with Mark Zuckerberg. Now, he has spoke about how he is not willing to step down as the chairman, and he made this very clear in an interview with CNN. According to Facebook's latest proxy, Mark Zuckerberg shared the voting power amongst Facebook investors, and his own power is about 59.9%. Now, this means that shareholders cannot force him out of the CEO position. Apart from their slow response to uncovering evidence of Russian manipulation during US's presidential election in 2016, Facebook also faced scrutiny for privacy practices and its role in the violence in countries like Myanmar. So we're wondering, what will Mark Zuckerberg do? Well, with regards to WWE, the rules are completely different. Exactly. They have been, a little looser when it comes to Mexican professional wrestling, but this was a little too much when it came to the wrestling that had to do with Puerto Rican star Cuervo the Raven. Now, he was completely knocked out. Yes, he was knocked unconscious and reportedly had his skull fractured after being blindsided by a brutal blow to the back of his head in a match against Angel Odemonio at the Lucha Libre Boom Show. Cuervo was rushed to the hospital where surgeons operated to remove a blood clot. A promoter of the show announced that it was an epidural hematoma, and Cuervo, that is, had suffered a skull fracture, but not to worry, he had surgery to drain the clot and is out of danger. And now in Asia, Taiwanese singer Yuan Weiring, also known as John Wan, fell into a coma earlier last month after suffering from a brain hemorrhage, and he has been in the hospital ever since. Now, although it was reported that his condition has taken a turn for the better after undergoing an operation, he has yet to regain his consciousness. Now, John's son revealed that during their last visit to the hospital, before they left for Taiwan, their father had responded when they said their goodbyes. And, it was very weird because when he said this goodbye, John's eyes filled with tears and his hand gripped theirs tightly. Now, this is immensely scary, but we leave our best wishes to the family. Now, if there's one rule in celebrity world, it's the fact that nobody likes being snubbed. And Chris Hemsworth and Leonardo DiCaprio are two of the most popular actors in the world. So you'd assume that they would bump into each other from time to time after all. But that's not the case. Unfortunately for Chris Hemsworth, it hasn't been very interesting for him, as he's been snubbed by the Titanic star not just once, but twice. The Australian actor, personal trainer Luke Zocchi recalled the snub while speaking on Nova FM show, saying that Chris plucked up the courage to reach out to Leo's publicist to hopefully grab a beer with him, but this does not work out perfectly. He said that instead of, responding, he ended up not even giving him a response at all. A couple of days later, the 35-year-old saw Leo in the lobby of the hotel and attempted to catch his attention by waving. But Leo was surrounded by friends and walked right past. Wow, poor Chris. Don't worry, we're your friends in Arise 360. Well, let's head over to Europe. Dior is calling the backlash for having Jennifer Lawrence as the spokesperson for its Mexican-inspired Cruise 2019 collection not at all justified. Now, Lawrence, who has been the brand spokesperson since 2012, was featured in a since-deleted video on Instagram in which she accused the heritage, or rather discussed the heritage of the collection. Now, fans were quick to note that Lawrence, a white woman, was not necessarily the best spokesperson for a collection inspired by Mexican heritage. Many also took issue with Lawrence's reveal that the shoot for the campaign took place in California and not Mexico. While Dior has since removed Lawrence's video interview on the collection, as well as photos of her sporting the clothes, and have now been replaced with other models and shoots done by female Mexican photographers in Mexico. And everybody's happy. Well, let's go over to the UK, where it's another happy situation. The Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, visited the Hub Community Kitchen, and it was just beautiful in West London. Now, this is not far from where the Grenfell Tower fire killed 72 people. Meghan Markle has been making secret trips there since January, and last September, she was there cooking and helping women release a charity cookbook with their recipes. This time, the Duchess abandoned all formality by hugging just about everyone while saying how funds can be raised. Now, this is Meghan Markle's first solo project as a member of the royal family. And by the way, can you spot that beautiful baby bump? Well, in India, Bollywood megastar Amitabh Bachchan has helped farmers of Uttar Pradesh by paying off their loans. The 76-year-old actor paid off loans of 1,398 farmers from the state, which amounted to over about $500,000. Now, he shared the news in his blog, where he wrote, "Gratitude leans across to the desire of removing some of the burdens that farmers continue to suffer from." Bachchan has also personally arranged for 70 selected farmers to travel to Mumbai and receive their bank tellers. All right, now finally to Africa. On the 18th of February 1977, Calcutta Republic, the Lagos communal home of late Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti, was burned to the ground by Nigerian soldiers, causing the death of Funmilayo Ransome Kuti, the Afrobeat pioneer's mother. Now, the attack on Calcutta Republic was sparked off by Fela's 1976 protest song Zombie, which derided Nigeria's ruling class, the military. Now, more than 40 years later, it was originally released. Zombie will now be put out as part of an 8-track cartridge to be released by Netin Factory Records, Calcutta Sunrise, and Partisan Records on the 7th of December. And it will have a limited edition, as only 300 copies of it will be available worldwide. Also in Africa, Chelsea and Ivory Coast forward Drogba has announced his retirement as a player. Now, the 40-year-old scored 164 goals in 381 appearances in 2 spells at Stamford Bridge, helping them win the Premier League 4 times and the Champions League in 2012. Now, he has also won 4 FA Cups and 3 League Cup victories during his time in West London. Drogba had most recently been playing in the USA with Phoenix Rising, and this second-tier club at which he is a co-owner, and he has also been expected to announce his retirement following the United Soccer League final defeat to Louisville City earlier this month. Instead, he took to social media alongside pictures of himself as a young player to do just that, thanking everyone he had met and played with who made the journey worthwhile. Well, that was a very lovely trip around the world. How about we go on a really short break now, but do stay tuned to the show, because coming up, I'll be bringing you all the latest music news. Ariana Grande in a heated war of words with Piers Morgan. I'll tell you how that went in a bit. Stick around.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch. For easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
There is nothing as symbolic as a door. It shuts to protect you and opens to give you much more. Everyone wants to succeed, not just count pennies. When life gets tough, I remember a few things. Difficulty and struggles are part of what life brings. Your strength comes from the support around you. A true friend believes in what you do, there to hold your hand through any weather. I found my partner, and we walked through doors together.
Diamond, your bank.
Welcome back to Arise 360. I'm your host, Kachi Ofia. Now, it has been a very, very interesting 24 hours in the music industry. I mean, interesting. So to let you know all the juicy stories that had been going down, let's take a look at today's music news. Now, this is one interesting story. Pop star Ariana Grande has hit out at ITV presenter Piers Morgan with a series of tweets in defense of women who choose to show off their bodies. Now, Morgan criticized the girl band Little Mix for posing nude, mocking their feminist statement, and accused the group of using sex to sell records. Morgan's tweet prompted a series of posts from Ariana Grande herself, during which the pop star praised Ellen DeGeneres, who Piers Morgan claimed had double standards. Now, she then defended the use of her own sexuality and signed off with the title of her latest single, Thank You, Next. Well, Piers tried to hold his own during this little battle, but Grande ended the conversation by calling out Morgan's double standards. This she did by sharing his tweet of a semi-nude photo of himself in front of a fireplace. It wasn't very pretty. Well, away from that, still some more drama. Pop star Demi Lovato is focusing on herself. The confident hitmaker has come on leaps and bounds in rehab since she admitted herself after an overdose earlier this year. And she has been cleaning out her social media too. She unfollowed the likes of Selena Gomez, Nick Jonas, and Iggy Azalea because she wants to avoid any difficult relationships. Okay, well, an insider shared that Demi has truly turned her life around following her overdose in July, and just wants to surround herself with those that want to support her goals and stay away from any negativity. The young singer has had a very, very long struggle with fame, drug addiction, and mental health. Now, this is interesting because Selena Gomez is supposed to be her best friend, so negativity where? But let's talk about what's going on with the model Chrissy Teigen. Recently, she revealed that the hit ballad All of Me, composed for her by singer and her husband, John Legend, was in actual fact inspired by her feet. Now, while co-hosting The Ellen Show with the host, Ellen DeGeneres, Chrissy revealed that she has horrible feet and has had them retouched for professional photos. She added that the lyrics in the song, all those curves and edges, are made in reference to her feet, and we all thought it was her body. Well, shortly after the show with Ellen ended, she tweeted, "I discovered a lot about Chrissy Teigen while she was my co-host. For instance, she gets haircuts during commercial breaks, and she hates her feet. Gotta love them both." Now, in a sad note, Devin Lima of the US pop trio LFO, who had chart-topping success at the turn of the millennium, has died at the age of 41. Their name stood for Light Funky Ones, and they had the top 10 hits in the US with Summer Girls and Girl on TV in 1999. Lima, who was diagnosed with adrenal cancer in 2017, is the second member of the group to die young. Bandmate Rich Cronin died from leukemia in 2010, and that leaves Brad Fissetti as the sole surviving member of LFO. And now, hip-hop rapper Pusha T's concert took a very dangerous turn on Tuesday after a fight broke out during his concert at the Danforth Music Hall in Toronto. The rapper had been performing his hit song, MFTR, when a few concertgoers threw beer at him. Pusha T immediately walked off the stage, but the drama did not end there. The brawl broke out after the instigators seemingly tried to rush the stage, and the artist's security team held them back. The police arrived at the scene and 3 people were hospitalized. However, Pusha T was not involved in any incident. After the brawl, Pusha returned to the stage and performed his hit song, Infrared. He also seemed to suggest that someone, a little bird whose name starts with D, paid the perpetrators to throw beer at him, and many fans suspected Pusha T was referring to fellow rapper Drake, who is from Toronto and who Pusha T has had a very long feud with. Wow, that was intense. Well, that's all of today's music news, but we're moving straight on to social media now as we find out what's been trending. Now, still talking about all the drama that Facebook is going through, it has come under fire again, this time for allowing the sale of a child bride to be held on its site. An auction was held on the social media platform for a 16-year-old girl in South Sudan, which sought payment for her hand in marriage. Facebook said the post was taken down as soon as the company learned what it was about, but that wasn't until after the girl was married about 15 days later. Activists are now concerned that this auction, for which the father reportedly received 500 cows, 3 cars, and $10,000 in exchange for their daughter, could inspire other families to use social media sites to receive larger payments. A Nigerian Afro-fusion singer and songwriter, Burna Boy, has also expressed his opinion, just like a lot of people, over reality TV Black China coming to Lagos to promote a skin lightening cream, which retails for a whooping, you gotta hear this one, $250. Now, this happened when she toured the country. Burna Boy took to his Insta story to call the mother of two out and also warn women not to buy Blac Chyna's products, which he termed poison. He assured them that their black is beautiful and then went on to slam Chyna. The Nigerian artist went ahead to say that he has not restricted her from coming to do her show, which she was invited for, but emphasized that she must come with only herself and not with her product. And Bill Maher admitted this week that he does not believe in Stan Lee's work, and he is not letting the massive backlash he got for that statement hold back his tongue. Now, he criticized those mourning the comic book icon, blasting people for being in deep, deep mourning over a man who simply inspired millions to watch a movie. Now, his comments drew swift backlash from all corners, but he has come out again to say that the outrage over his opinion on the subject makes his point for him. He added that a culture that thinks that comic books and comic book movies are profound meditations on the human condition is a dumb culture. And for people to get mad at that fact just proves his point. Well, Bill went on to clarify that he wasn't intending to take a swipe at Lee, that is Stan Lee, but the comic book concept in general doesn't make sense to him. I wonder what people are going to say now. But you see, I got to tell you a fact. We do love Taron Egerton, but we cannot save him from this whiplash he's about to get. Now, Taron Egerton's comments on the Me Too movement have stirred up major controversy. In an interview with the Radio Times, which has been widely circulated in the UK media, the 29-year-old actor was asked about his claims, the claims levied against his Billionaire Boys Club co-star Kevin Spacey. Now, he said he remained in contact with Spacey, and Catherine Mayer, president of the Women's Equality Party, called Egerton's approach towards dealing with women shockingly obtuse, saying his impulse is not to emphasize with any of the victims. He should not empathize with them. Instead, she claimed that Egerton tried to minimize the severity of the allegations against Kevin Spacey. And you can imagine social media users were quick to criticize Egerton's comments as well. I really, really hope he survives this one. Well, it is time for another quick break, but don't go away because coming up, we have all of today's arts and culture news. So keep it right here on Arise 360.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch. For easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Nigeria. We are 198 million productive people with over 900,000 square kilometers of fertile land. Nigeria's banking system has emerged strong and resilient from the 2016 crisis, which has enhanced our productivity in agribusiness and manufacturing. Come, invest in Nigeria's agribusiness, manufacturing, and value-added mining. Enjoy the Central Bank of Nigeria-led initiatives in funding interventions, stabilized exchange rate, friendly capital repatriation regime, and many more. The Central Bank of Nigeria's robust monetary policy and interventions under President Buhari's administration and position the economy to target and attain a GDP growth of 6% with a strong and growing external reserves. Come, invest in Nigeria. Nigeria, ready for business. There is nothing as symbolic as a door. It shuts to protect you and opens to give you much more. Everyone wants to succeed, not just count pennies. When life gets tough, I remember a few things. Difficulty and struggles are part of what life brings. Your strength comes from the support around you. A true friend believes in what you do, there to hold your hand through any weather. I found my partner, and we walked through doors together.
Diamond, your bank.
Welcome back to Arise 360. I am Kachi Ofia. Now, whether it's the stage, the runway, or the canvas, Arise 360 can always let you know what's in and what's out in the world of arts and culture. Now, to begin with, how well can your grandma shoot basketball hoops? Well, for me, not too well. And Harlem Globetrotter hoops green almost got me feeling left out because she tricked a New York Knicks fan during a game at Madison Square Garden. Joined by teammate Bull Bullard during a skills contest while the Knicks had a timeout, Grin disguised herself as an elderly woman named Grandma Drew, only to reveal her tremendous ball handling skills. The Globetrotters will play New York's Madison Square Garden on Friday, November 23rd, along more games during the Thanksgiving weekend and after Christmas. Amazing. Well, the 40th celebration of the Cairo International Film Festival kicked off on Tuesday night, and this started with the opening ceremony at the Cairo Opera House. One of the oldest and most prestigious film festivals in the Arab world, it will screen more than 160 films from 60 countries, including 16 world premieres. British director Peter Greenaway, who is also to receive an award at the Cairo Film Festival, had to be careful not to stir up any trouble in the area. His works are also known for their extensive use of nudity and frequently addressing issues of sexuality, which makes him an unexpected recipient for an award at the Cairo Film Festival.
I've actually made two versions of this illustrated lecture, and one I've deliberately censored, especially with the aid of my 17-year-old daughter saying, you can't show that, you can't show that, you can't show that, you'll end up in prison or thrown out of the country. So I listened to her advice and I censored my lecture.
See, thank God for those daughters. Well, it is Thanksgiving season, and Rita Ora, Martina McBride, and Sugarland are amongst the stars preparing for the 92nd annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Broadway stars, celebrities, and large performance groups all join together for 2 days of rehearsals before the nationally televised performances. Other stars taking part in this celebration included Puerto Rican Latin trap and reggaeton singer Bad Bunny and 10 stars Johnny Orlando and Mackenzie Ziegler. The parade is set to be fun and colorful as it would feature iconic giant character balloons, floats, marching bands, dance groups, celebrities, and clowns. It is watched live by more than 3.5 million spectators lining the streets of New York City, along with 50 million viewers worldwide. How beautiful. Well, away from that, a certain beautiful painting that was first thought to be a lost and found Pablo Picasso painting is now being dismissed as a fake. Romanian officials said they may have recovered a Picasso painting stolen in a 2012 heist after 2 men handed an unidentified artwork to the Dutch embassy. And this is funny because a novelist who claims to have found the painting beneath a tree now claims the work's reappearance is only part of an elaborate hoax. Now, the writer, whose name is Mira Fatiku, had previously penned a novel about the Cranial heist, describing the alleged discovery as a publicity stunt. Well, it is time for another break now, but do stay tuned to the show because when we return, it will be all about film and television. We have so many specials, you don't want to miss it.
There's an old saying in Nigeria, thoughts and dreams are the foundation of our being. At First Bank, we dare to dream and strive to innovate, continuing our over 120-year tradition to be the first to offer new products and services to our customers. You first. First Bank.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch for easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Nigeria. We are 198 million productive people with over 900,000 square kilometers of fertile land. Nigeria's banking system has emerged strong and resilient from the 2016 crisis, which has enhanced our productivity in agribusiness and manufacturing. Come, invest in Nigeria's agribusiness, manufacturing, and value-added mining. Enjoy the Central Bank of Nigeria-led initiatives in funding interventions, stabilized exchange rate, friendly capital repatriation regime, and many more. The Central Bank of Nigeria's robust monetary policy and interventions under President Buhari's administration and positioned the economy to target and attain a GDP growth of 6% with a strong and growing external reserves. Come, invest in Nigeria. Nigeria, ready for business. There is nothing as symbolic as a door. It shuts to protect you and opens to give you much more. Everyone wants to succeed, not just count pennies. When life gets tough, I remember a few things. Difficulty and struggles are part of what life brings. Your strength comes from the support around you. A true friend believes in what you do, there to hold your hand through any weather. I found my partner, and we walked through doors together.
Diamond, your bank. There's an old saying in Nigeria, thoughts and dreams are the foundation of our being. At First Bank, we dare to dream and strive to innovate, continuing our over 120-year tradition to be the first to offer new products and services to our customers. You first. First Bank.
You're still watching Arise 360. Now let's go over to film and television. Without further ado, let's switch on those lights and roll those cameras for today's special roundup of film and television. Now, Paramount Pictures will show Haley Steinfeld's Bumblebee on December 8th in North America, 13 days before the Transformers spin-off opens. The studio announced the screenings on Wednesday. 2 days after Amazon and Atom Tickets said they were offering Amazon Prime members an exclusive early showing of Warner Brothers' Aquaman on December 15th. Studios have been opting to go early lately on major titles during the past year. Amazon, Atom Tickets, and Sony teamed last year December to show the movies Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and this generated $1.9 million domestically. So showing this early could be a good deal. And one reason we absolutely love film business on Arise 360 is because it is such a loving but cutting-edge dog-eat-dog industry. Now, with so many giants in the industry, everyone strives to be on top. Warner Brothers were going to create an adaptation to Jungle Book in October 2016. However, it got shelved because Disney beat them to it with its April 2016 release of Walt Disney Pictures' own Jungle Book adaptation. Warner Brothers Pictures has sold the rights for the film to now become Netflix's, and Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle, will be released worldwide on the 7th of December. Now, it is definitely on because I already hear critics analyzing which would be better. Anyways, to show how excited we are, it is our first featurette of the day. Take a look.
Magnificent choice for this character because he plays him not just as a black and white villain but as a damaged individual. Kaa, who's played brilliantly by Kate Blanchett.
You are something the jungle has never seen before.
She is an ancient soul of the jungle, but one that can see that the world is changing.
Faster!
I was most interested in taking on Baloo because in Kipling's book, he is completely different than people would expect. He's much more like a drill sergeant who really pushes Mowgli.
What happens if you fail?
You don't join the pack!
We're incredibly lucky to have Rowan at the center of this. He's a young boy playing a very complex adult role, and he's just utterly brilliant. One of the main themes in this movie is who am I in the world of animals and in the world of man. It all hinges on the quest to find his own identity.
I'm not a man, but neither am I a wolf.
The journey is immense, and I think it'll be very surprising for an audience. People have such strong preconceptions about the characters and the story. This will shatter those preconceptions.
Well, an untitled Sony Marvel project will hit theaters on July 10th, 2020, with an untitled Sony Marvel sequel following up on October 2nd. Now, let me just say this. No specifics have been provided, but, speculations are tilting towards the July project being Morbius, starring Jared Leto. Now, the character is another villain from the Spidey canon. Morbius first surfaced in the 1971 comic The Amazing Spider-Man as a scientist seeking a cure for a blood disease. But things did not go as planned, and the Doctor became some type of vampiric character with a thirst for blood. Well, the October release, which is for 2022, is probably going to be Venom 2, which will see Tom Hardy return as a gruff journalist sharing a body with an alien keen on invading the planet. Well, Sony's animated Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse plans on opening in the 25 million to 30 million range for its December 14th to December 16th North American launch. Now, the movie carries a $90 million budget, and it is centered on a very cute 13-year-old Brooklynite, Miles Morales, becoming one of the many Spider-Men. The executive producers are the late Stan Lee, Brian Michael Bendis, and Will Allegra. It will be released on the 21st of December in Chinese theaters. So you see, there is enough Spider-Man to go around this holiday season. Well, here's a quick look at that trailer.
It's Miles Morales. I'm the one and only Spider-Man. At least that's what I thought.
You ever hear of the Super Collider? You're gonna love this.
Dimension opening now.
You're like me. That's impossible.
All right, kid, listen up. This fry is your universe. It's soggy, it's weird, it's gross. And this delicious normal fry is my universe. So you want to learn to be Spider-Man.
Can you teach me?
Yes, I can. Time to swing. Good, you're doing it. Double tap to release and whip it out again.
Okay.
Whip
and release.
You're a natural. Whip.
Hey, guys.
Who are you?
I'm Gwen Stacy. I'm from another dimension.
How many more spider people are there?
Hey, fellas.
Hello.
This could literally not get any weirder.
It can get weirder.
Okay.
We need to get back to our universes soon.
Brooklyn is gonna collapse. My family lives in Brooklyn.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Miles, what's wrong?
This was never your city. It's mine.
If I don't destroy the collider, none of us will have a home to go home to.
Remember, what makes you different
Let's go!
is what makes you Spider-Man.
Officer, I love you.
Wait, what?
That way, that way. Other way, other way, other way, other way.
Do animals talk in this dimension? Because I don't want to freak them out.
And the highly anticipated movie Creed 2 was officially released in the US on the 21st of November 2018. Now, driven by vengeance, determination, and so much intensity, Apollo's son, Adonis Johnson, must try to change the course of destiny, with mixed reviews and the rest of the world anxiously waiting on their own release. Arise 360 would like to whet your palates a little more. Here is an amazing insight into the movie with interviews with its stars, Sylvester Stallone and Michael B. Jordan. Enjoy.
Rocky's past has caught up to him because the darkest moment in Rocky's life is when Apollo Creed substituted for him to fight Drago, and he died. And so now Adonis Creed feels like he should avenge his father.
I ain't got a choice.
That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hands.
Ivan Drago is the iconic character for destroying one of our other iconic characters, Apollo Creed. So it was really cool to revive him in a way that felt fresh and new.
Because of you, I'll lose everything.
Ivan was an Olympic champion. He was a hero of the Soviet Union. But 33 years ago, he lost a fight to Rocky Balboa. So now he's trying to turn his life around, using his son as the vehicle for him to come back onto the world stage.
I have son. All he knows is this.
Because of the history, it's easy to make this matchup. So this is his big chance, and it's not about Creed, it's about him and his father. I will break you tomorrow.
You know the stakes. It's a loaded situation.
These dudes killed my pops. I can't let that slide.
To see it played out in a new generation with a new Drago and a new Creed, it was fantastic.
This is our chance to rewrite history.
Now, let's be honest, okay? The length of ads on YouTube can be immensely distressing. However, would you consider watching a 100-minute commercial? If it were, just wait for it, a full-length new movie. Well, YouTube and the Warner Brothers are not waiting to find out. They are teaming up for a one-day promotional event that will let its users watch the Lego movie in its entirety during Black Friday. Now, this means that YouTube viewers will only have 24 hours to watch the movie for free. The promotion is to stir up hype for the film's sequel, The Lego Movie 2, the second part, which will hit theaters on February 8th, 2019. Well, in other news, a new trailer for the Lego Movie dropped earlier, and we were able to grab it as soon as he did. So for your viewing pleasure, here's the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Sweet new wheels. A little pre-celebration for the big day, huh?
I'm making partner, baby. Time to break that glass ceiling.
We all know who deserves this. Give it up.
It's all my fault.
Hang on to your fronts, Planny. We're going to save Lucy. Don't you tell me to smash asteroids! You might have if I save your life?
Not at all.
Who are you? The name's Rex Dangervest.
Galaxy-defending archaeologist, cowboy, and raptor trainer.
I don't get it. Will you help me rescue my friends? You don't want to go anywhere near the Sistar system. It's ruled by an alien queen.
Only the toughest are gonna get out of there alive.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. I'm a queen, whatever I would not be.
I'm getting super evil vibes here.
I could change my form to something else if this makes you uncomfortable. Hey, guys.
No, go back. The horse was much more palatable.
I got a payphone and a play phone. I gotta get it, baby.
No, it did not.
A1, hit him with the A1 song. Since day one, not the A1 song. Lucy!
Emmett, did you draw stubble dots on your face?
What? No.
Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
You're me when I'm late to school and I forgot my homework and my pants are made of pudding?
That is hilarious. Well, after all that film and TV news, we have almost come to the end of the show. But before we give you our final video of the day, let's, tell you a little story. Story? Well, back in 2001, actor Mel Gibson was given the magical power to read women's thoughts. And in the movie, What Women Want, well, Hollywood has flipped the script. And in 2019, actress Taraji P. Henson will get that same power, but even better. She can now use it on men. The movie is due to hit cinemas on January 11th, and oh my goodness, I cannot wait. And I'm sure you can't either. So here is the trailer for What Men Want. Enjoy.
Sweet new wheels. A pre-celebration for the big day, huh?
I'm making partner, baby. Time to break that glass ceiling.
We all know who deserves this. Give it up for our Summit Worldwide Sports Management's newest partner. Whoa! Allie, that pass was actually to Eddie.
I'm so sick of this boys' club. Every day is payday.
You don't connect well with men. Just stay in your lane.
I don't trust women who don't get dudes. Like I don't trust a man with no eyebrows and too many keys.
I know someone you should talk to. I can help you connect with men. Why don't we have some tea?
This smells like dirt.
Oh, that's just jasmine tea. If you don't count the weed, and the peyote, and the crack.
Oh, hello. Welcome back, Miss Davis. Thank God this one didn't die on me. Starting today, no more drinking at work.
Hey, that's too much information.
I didn't say anything.
I feel weird after last night.
Yeah, that's what happens when tequila meets desperation.
Okay, stop saying things you shouldn't be saying to your boss.
Holy crap. Can you hear my inner thoughts?
I can hear your inner thoughts.
Oh my God. I can only hear men's thoughts.
That cloud you're walking through, that's my farts.
Yeah. There was a psychic. She gave me this tea.
And you drank it?
She said to.
I thought black people stopped drinking tea after Get Out.
Weren't you complaining about men trying to keep you down?
Do we have any meetings on the books?
Nothing yet.
Except the private poker game tonight.
This is not a curse. This is a gift.
You better think about
I should tap that ass.
Little lady, what you doing at the big boys' table, huh?
$2 grand.
I'm bluffing these fools. I'm missing Real Housewives.
Shaq finally has a winning hand. Why am I thinking in the third person?
I smell toast. Am I having a stroke? Wait, I have toast in my pocket. Whew.
I need to see that movie, that's it. Well, that brings us to the end of today's show. From everyone here in Lagos, thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can catch us every weekday at 4 p.m. right here on the Arise News channel. So until next time, I am Kachi Ofia. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
stigma in every direction. Kept light and falsified. I stuck the night like a barracuda. Fantasy, hot and hungry tease, a stigma in every direction. Kept him light and falsified. I stuck the night like a barracuda. So fresh and clean, incandescent dream. Lipstick, brandy, and eye sheen. What does it mean? Rainbow gasoline. Sometimes I really like it. Kept light and forced to fight. And secretly faithful to pleasure. Hungry nights in neon nights. And just a rainbow of day glow flavors. Fresh and clean, incandescent dream. Lipstick, brandy, and eye sheen. What does it mean? Rainbow gasoline. A stigma in every direction.